Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Seattle Public Utilities Ask Evelyn live show. We are here to answer your questions about garbage, recycling, composting, and other trashy topics. This is episode 37. It's called Unwrapping Holiday Waste. I'm your host this week. Becca is off enjoying a well-deserved break for the holidays. I'm Pat Kaufman. I'm the Commercial Recycling and Composting Program Manager for Seattle Public Utilities. Every week we answer questions from folks like you to take on challenges of waste and whatnot. And we are, a quick reminder, this show does run on your great questions. So send us your questions via Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and you can always send a question to Ask Evelyn at seattle.gov as well. This month, we're all about waste-free holidays, and as you can see, I'm joined by our co-host this week, Angela Wallis. Hi, Angela.
Hi, everyone. I get to work with Pat at Seattle Public Utilities, and I help make sure the trucks and the drivers that are so awesome show up to your house every week to pick up your recycle, compost, and garbage.
That's right. We're all part of one big happy division at Seattle Public Utilities, and we do a lot of work around helping customers in a lot of different directions, whether it be commercial or residential, multifamily, all the contract management that goes on. So Angela's got her hands on a lot of areas, and we get to work together a lot on different things. So this is our usual show. We have a couple questions. We'll follow it up with a quick challenge to everyone, and then we'll wrap up the show. So this is episode 37, Unwrapping Holiday Waste. And what's our first topic? Our first question comes from a person who asks about tissue paper. So the question about tissue paper is, people handle it and they hold it and they think, this is paper, but it's not really like normal paper. So is this really the kind of stuff we should be recycling? And that kind of paper Angela has, no, I wouldn't recycle that. But just plain paper, it's just a form of thin paper. So normal tissue paper, A-OK to recycle. We've been saying yes to that on our Where Does It Go page for years now. But it's just thin paper. It's not super valuable, I'll tell you that. But when you get into the stuff like what Angela has, like what do you have on there? I see some shiny stripes.
Yeah, so this tissue paper is super metallic. Why
Right.
would you add metallic stuff to tissue paper?
No,
This
we don't
is
like that, do we?
trash.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you another option for your tissue paper.
Okay.
Compost.
What was that?
Compost
Yeah,
for
well, if
clean
it's a,
tissue paper.
I think a clean white version is probably okay, or if there's such a thing as natural. But some of the colors, I'm not so sure about, like the heavy dark reds or the bright
Okay.
greens, the dyes that are in there. I don't know if we're okay to. They probably haven't been tested and approved by the compost companies for
Right.
those things. So
Yep.
probably better to just toss those. But if you just have white tissue paper or unbleached tissue paper, you probably be okay with putting it. It's kind of like a napkin you'd get, out to a restaurant or something.
Yeah.
So it's very similar in context. But so tissue paper, okay, unless it's got other stuff on it like glitter or too much dyes. Any
Yeah.
other paper products you want to touch on, Angela, like gift greeting cards or something like that?
Yeah, this is a fun one. So these are my lovely second twin cousins in California.
Right.
This is one of those photo cards, right?
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
photo card. Photo paper is always trash.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I have to trash this every year eventually. If it's on cardstock, you can recycle it if there's
That's
no
right.
glue or metal on it.
So yeah, photographic paper different than printed paper. A printer that prints on paper is a printer ink, and it's different. A photograph paper, it's a a chemical reaction in the paper that's going on. So that kind of paper is not wanted by the recyclers. A lot of greeting cards, whether they're photo greeting cards or not, instead of just recycling them, you can cut them up and take the little parts that say seasoned greetings and stuff and save them for gift tags for next year. There you go.
Exactly.
You got an Xmas gift tag right there for
Yep.
2021.
Bam, I love it. And that's
Yeah.
going to be what we talk about later with our, it's on the topic of
Prescription challenge, yeah. Then we're also talking about tape. That was another quick comment. Like you can see there's a little tape here in the middle of this paper. I mean, you can, when it's a small piece like that, you're okay to recycle the whole thing. But if it's, maybe like one of your kids did the wrap job and there's 27 feet of tape on a wrapping situation, probably just toss the whole thing, or go ahead and peel a lot of tape off, because there's that diminishing return, for the recycler, for the pulping mill. It's like, we love the paper, but when there's more tape than paper, it's not worth taking that wrapper, folks. So just gonna have a little approach to it in that way.
Great.
Great.
Yep.
So question two.
Question two, Michael.
Yeah.
Michael asks us, what do I do with my Christmas tree and my wreaths and my holiday greens? And so this is a perfect question for today, because beginning with your services next week, you can set out small lengths of your tree and wreaths and holiday greens for free as extra compost, essentially,
Right.
and we will pick it up for free. The drivers all know to be looking out for your holiday trees and wreaths and greens. Some things to look out for here are that we do require that the trees be cut to 4 feet lengths, and that's to keep our drivers safe and to make the tree maneuverable dozens of times a day as these drivers come by our homes. The second thing,
it's the
go ahead,
truck thing too, the size of the truck and the compaction hopper. It's not really designed for 5, 6, 7 foot long logs, which is what the thing of the tree is, really, especially the big trees. But so if you can lop it off at 4 feet, that's what the trucks and the drivers, as far as size wise and what they can manage. Also, no tinsel, obviously, no decorations on the trees, please. No flocked trees, none of that like artificial, and even some trees come with a green sprayed on fire retardant if it's been inside a commercial facility or something. Sometimes that's out there. Not very often for the homeowner, but on the commercial side, you'll see that. And those are materials that are not wanted in the compost, of course. So a couple tips there on that. But holiday greens are another thing. Like if you have a wreath on your front door, or some garland that you purchase, we'd like you to take that wire out of there, because the wire is not something that can be easily shredded up, and it actually gets caught up in the gears and the cutting blades at the compost facility. So they don't want to see any wire. If it was a natural, like a jute kind of twine or something, it'd be okay, but no wire is allowed.
Right, no wire, no plastic, no left-on bows,
Right.
no fake plants, right? There's a lot of fake greenery and color that gets added to your wreaths. So just remove anything that looks fake to you or plastic.
Right, I like the poinsettias, the bright red flower plants. That would be okay to put the plant with the root ball in the compost, but they don't want a whole bunch of soil, and they certainly don't want the plastic or the foil plastic shaped, baggie or whatever that wraps around the pot. So it's up to basically no plastic in the compost is another strong reminder there on that, for sure.
Yeah, so these greens can be set out all the month of January through the 31st for free, just on your weekly compost collection day.
Yeah, because we still have our tree up. Most people probably still have their tree up, and you're going to want to enjoy the tree for a couple more weeks into the new year. But at some point, at the end of January, if you haven't put your tree out, then you're just going to have to make it fit in your cart, or put it, cut it, and so it'll fit into some of the brown paper bags or something like that, because it will then be yard waste, and it won't be holiday tree.
And it will be counted as extra, and you will pay for that.
It would be an extra, yes.
So do it in January.
That's right. So that was good. What we usually do on our weekly show is a weekly challenge. Angela and I were talking about this earlier. We were talking about how we have challenges, and I want to invite you to go first, Angela, with your New Year's resolution challenge for 2021.
Yes, so I'm taking a pledge for all birthdays in 2021 and for Christmas, Hanukkah, any event, that I will not use any new wrapping paper. So I will use only materials that are in my recycle bin or that I've saved up from over the years for name tags, for cards. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go very minimalist on how much tape I use, because that tape is just one-time use and it's done. It's in the trash. So just gonna wrap carefully and reuse bags and cloth and fun things around the house.
Yeah, I think
What's
yours?
yours?
Bags. We're watching. I was looking at Becca Fong, our the host for the show that's usually here. She did an article which you can look at the SPU blog. You can link to it on the show, and she talked about a lot of wrapping, gift wrapping kind of hacks or tips, and the whole gift bag thing, like the gift the bag that is reusable. I mean, it's great because you can give it, the gift is inside, and the next person can use that same bag and can give it as well. So, or just getting like a generic bag that's red, and so you can use it, for different occasions beyond Christmas. Those are some tips as well. So those are great. That's a good resolution. I haven't given it much thought. I think part of what I already try to do a lot of reuse and stuff, but I think it's just, repairing more of my clothes or kind of trying to do more repair around the house than just kind of discarding items once they've kind of failed to meet the usual performance level that I want. So I don't have any specific idea there, but just more repair. And I think SPU is going to try and push more repair in the community next year too. So
excellent. Yep, waste prevention. Waste prevention.
That's right. Well, it's been a whole year. This was show 37, and we'll have a lot more. There's 52 weeks in the year, but we got a late start. We got to start as the COVID thing started this year. So we will be back on it next week. Thank you so much, Angela, for jumping in and helping out with the show this week. I also want to say a big thank you to Becca, who's not with us this week, but she is the host, that keeps the show rolling each week. I hope I've been able to keep the momentum going as we go into 21, and she'll be back next week, y'all. So I also want to thank, in the background, we have Katie Dillon, Katie Lynn, Gemini Davis. We have staff that support the show and help us get this show uploaded and ready to go each week. So thanks a lot to everyone.
Yep.
So
thank you, everyone.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm Angela Wallis, and if in doubt, find out.
And I'm Pat Kaufman. Remember, folks, to recycle right. Have a great year. Happy New Year, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.